Gene Deal, let's get right into it. Diddy, he got indicted. You called it, man. A few weeks ago, you was on the platform and you said that he was going to get arrested in September.
Yeah, man. Anybody who in law enforcement or people know the law, when Homeland Security ran up into his house, people will tell you, or people knew that it was just a matter of time that they was going to indict him and bring him in to see the judge, bro. It was just a matter of time. I just figured out with the grand jury and their different sessions and stuff like that, and then what one of the witnesses told me, I just figured it out that it was going to be around September that they were going to bring him in, bro. People might not understand. It's difficult when you see a brother that has so much promise become an icon as far as in the music business and stuff that he did, to turn around and just tear his whole life down. But it's all because of his mentors and the people that trained him and taught him the music business. You know, it's all about the people who trained and taught him the music business, because Puff wasn't, he wasn't born a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was made into a monster, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was made into a monster from the stuff that happened to him, the things that he had to do. You understand? The things that he had to do to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like this, brother. You never like something so much that you can't do without, and you never be willing to do anything to get where you want to be at. You got to have principles, you got to have morals, you got to keep with that stuff. And in that music business, a lot of that stuff get thrown out the window. You understand? And that's what happened to him. He started doing the things to other people that was done to him. To keep it frank, he was doing the things to other people that was done to him. And it is what it is. You got to know better. And if you know better, you will do better. When he was in New York City, he was like that gecko from the Geico commercial. Then he turned and started going, when he lived in Cali and Miami, he turned into Godzilla. I would see him talk about how he using drugs. He was never like that. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed and everything like that. He turned into something that you could consider a...
Today we're sharing a shocking story about Shy Diddy, one of the most famous names in the music industry. According to recent rumors, the FBI raided Diddy's mansion and uncovered some strange items in underground tunnels. What exactly did they find, and how did Diddy react to this surprising situation? Keep reading as we reveal the details of this interesting story.
And it's been a crazy year. But the reason why even right now, your old interview that you did last year is trending even crazier, because you're almost like, not Nostradamus, but Nostradamus. What you have said, not only in our interview, but on your own personal lives.
Yeah. Which gets shadowed down constantly.
Yeah, things start coming to fruition. Yeah. To where you targeted certain people in that interview, and now you're seeing, I don't want to even say downfall, but you're seeing that target that you put on people's backs.
I'm seeing integrity.
Wow.
Show up.
Mm. Wow.
You know, the day of the raid,
yeah,
I got a lot of notifications. I got a lot of ads. I got a lot of mentions. I got a lot of phone calls.
When you said the day of the raid, you're talking about the raid on both Miami and California.
And New York simultaneously.
Wait, New York was?
Yeah, the New York house was raided as well.
Oh, wow. That didn't even, they didn't even really.
3 states working in tandem. And they did not tell the officers who they were raiding. They went in tactical as they were instructed to. They didn't know they was raiding Diddy's house. The higher-ups didn't tell anybody because they knew, with Diddy being a Fed informant, that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit. So they ain't tell nobody whose houses they was going to.
And that's why you see the guns.
The cops didn't know that it was Diddy's house over there in Beverly Hills around the corner from the Playboy Mansion. They didn't know until they seen the kids.
So what are your thoughts on the show of Force? Even
Before we dive into the story, let's take a moment to talk about Diddy. Known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, he's a famous rapper, producer, and businessman. He became popular in the 1990s when he started Bad Boy Records and helped launch the careers of many well-known musicians.
knowing.
They did their job. He's a sex worker. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes.
No.
I would have went in a hazmat suit.
So let me ask you this. When you first told us about your thoughts and you honeycombs is what you
Yeah, the honeycomb.
What-
Shout out to Jamil Peterson. He's added a new one. He called him the Diddy Glover now. Cause when he ain't got the Beijing and he say he look like Danny Glover.
Oh man.
So he's AKA Diddy Glover now. Shout out to Jamil Peterson, I Am Comedy.
So I want to stay right here. We're gonna stay within this pocket, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious. What did you know that was going on in the world of Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, that the world didn't know? What did you know back then, 3,
That
4
Cassie
years
was
ago?
gonna come forward.
So how'd you know? What'd you know about what Cat? Because
I
to
wish
hear
I could
that,
explain.
yeah,
But if I explain how I knew Cassie was gonna come forward, that could hurt some people. Which is why the last time I sat on this blue couch, I said what I said. Congratulations, young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did.
You did say that. That was a bar.
you said that shit.
Did you see something being around Cassie? Did you see anything being around?
I don't spend time around Cassie, and I haven't seen Cassie in person since she was with Ryan Leslie.
Was there something in her eyes that you saw? The way, like now
I'm gonna
that
put it to you this way: there are mutual acquaintances between her and I, and that's as far as I can go.
Okay. When you,
I don't talk to her, but I speak to her.
did you get a chance to see her indictment? What she claimed happened?
Oh no, I reviewed
Okay.
all the files, and everything that she said is everything that I said with Storm Monroe 3.5 years ago. Exactly what I said it was.
Were you surprised about anything that came in?
No,
Wow. So
nobody else should have been either. Young Jock,
that
you diddy doo-wop bop. Q.
Yeah.
Because you told the truth, Jock, and then after Diddy called you, you went back and tried to clean it up. But your all about is off the Stevie J's. You Diddy doo-wop bop.
Do you feel like that's the reason why this beef, but that Stevie J stands where he stands between the beef with 50 Cent and Diddy?
I don't know where Stevie J stands. I only know Stevie J sitting on a drum set or fuck. I don't know where he stands.
Besides being a music mogul, Diddy is also known for his business ventures, including the popular Revolt TV network and his clothing line, Ciroc Vodka. However, fame and wealth often bring controversy, and over the years, Diddy has faced several accusations and legal problems. But this latest incident is definitely the most surprising of them all.
man.
I know what he stand up in. And I know what done stood up in him. Take that.
So wait. So when you heard,
Bitch, I can't stand these. Like, for real. Like, I'm just tired. Let's keep it a bean. All these niggas. You not even gay men because you won't claim it. No, you want to sit around and pretend to like bitch. That's what y'all do. And then you get these hard Jocelyn.
so I'm just
Like
curious.
these are the, you like half man bitches. No disrespect, but Jocelyn rough.
Them shoulders is.
And the way she like running up on, I already know she done strapped up on you.
Ooh. So, Jack, let me ask you. There's some of the shocking things
I hear
that
that mean with a harness.
Oh. Okay, not a harness.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you this. I'm sure somebody's already asked you this, but have you ever been to a P. Diddy party?
Yeah, several, many, honestly.
And so can you take us through like what goes on, like when you were there?
What did I say when y'all asked me about why was the TD Jakes at the Diddy party?
Yeah.
What'd I say? Money
Right.
and sex.
That's correct. Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No.
That he was recording these?
He is the J. Edgar Hoover of hip-hop.
Okay.
Y'all done seen him put on the pyramid with a skirt?
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come in what they call freak-offs now.
Yeah.
The shocking news spread when it was revealed that the FBI had searched Diddy's house in the Los Angeles area. Officials reportedly found strong evidence suggesting illegal activity was happening on his property, mainly in several underground tunnels.
Well, are you surprised that Diddy did not get a bail? Like, he's in jail right now as we're speaking.
I am surprised that Diddy didn't get a bail, and I think probably he was surprised that he didn't get a bail. And I think that I love how you went from Cube and then you're like, are you just sorry? Your transition game is crazy.
Oh, it's insane. I'm the best at this.
I'm surprised that Diddy didn't get a bail, but I don't think right now, based on what I know and based on what I see, I don't think, unless there's a real twist and turn to the plot, I don't think he's coming out of jail again. I don't think, I'm surprised he didn't get a bail, but once they kept him in jail, he ain't getting a bail.
Well, right, because there's witness tampering. He called one of the witnesses like 55 times in a day.
Since he's been in jail?
128 times. No. But before he went to jail, there was, because what had happened was Dawn Richard, who used to be part of Danity Kane, filed a lawsuit.
Oh, right.
And in the lawsuit, she mentioned her group mate, Kalina Harper, a bunch of 33 times. So Diddy called Kalina 128 times. And then Kalina wrote up a statement saying that I don't agree with all this stuff and I've never seen all the stuff that, Dawn mentioned. I never seen Diddy hit Cassie, whatever. But the fact that he called that many times shows witness tampering. And, basically that's what they're saying, that he's too dangerous to let out.
He's not getting out of jail. When I spoke to my friend who understands these things way better than me from experience, and he told me, he said, he probably was told, and his lawyers probably told 50-50. When you're Puffy and you come, I got $50 million bail, and you're used to...
The exact reason for the raid is still unclear, but it's important to note that underground tunnels have been linked to illegal activities like drug and human trafficking. It's shocking and worrying that such activities might be connected to a famous celebrity like Diddy.
Crook. They're like, all right, well, at least they're gonna give me fucking bail.
Yeah.
And then they went back to bail hearing again, and they said no, he's not getting out.
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah,
he's going to sit in jail. They're saying the trial is going to be in May of 2025, but that's not going to happen. It's going to get pushed back. There's going to be more charges. There's going to be more witnesses. The civil lawsuits are wild. There was this new guy that popped up that basically said that Puffy face fucked him in the back of a Macy's. You heard this one?
I didn't hear about the face fucking.
Yes.
I didn't hear about
the face fucking lawsuit right now.
There's a
with
face fucking lawsuit, right? So face fucking is the new baby oil.
I guess so.
Face fucking's an ill term. You just said that's a wild term. Face fucking.
Face fucking. Yeah, this guy who worked for Echo at the time, I guess, ran into Puffy in the stockroom of a Macy's right here, right down the street, the flagship store. Puffy had 3 security guards with him, and he basically made this guy drop to his knees and give him oral sex.
Damn.
With the 3 security guards watching.
Damn.
I'm sure they're looking at each other and go like, man, they don't pay me enough for this shit. Like,
yeah, I'd be like, yo, man, fuck
tomorrow.
this shit, man. It's got to be another rapper I can work for. I'll work security at Madison Square Garden. This is too much, man. At what point is it? Like, I know it's good, but this is crazy. We get the yachts and occasional, second, the second and third chick. But this is at a certain point. It's like, come on, man. I've had enough. This face fucking. You get me heating up the baby oil. This is. Come on, man. I'm just supposed to be like a security guard pushing people away, like fending off autograph seekers. This is too much.
The FBI reportedly found several disturbing items in the tunnels, but details have not been shared yet. According to reports, investigators came across different tools and equipment that hinted at possible illegal activity.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Real life. If that ain't real life, it ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street star. You know what time it is.
So why does Puffy, why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him. And so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment.
This discovery has raised a lot of questions among fans, the public, and law enforcement. The media has been wondering what these items were used for, if they were connected to legal businesses, or if there was some kind of misunderstanding.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress.
Yeah.
Who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get fucked over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right? I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, because ain't nobody stopping me.
Union. And when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce. And I say that, women do have a
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit, stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap music with goddamn a holster and a hat.
But she remade Jolene.
That bitch. I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by.
According to sources, Diddy was understandably shocked by the events. As news of the raid spread, a close friend of the artist said Diddy was caught off guard and had no idea that such activities were happening on his property.
Oh, man, yeah. Whoops you and disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
Mm. All right, well, let's do it like
who
this.
was actually carrying his baby while you was faking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
Belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
So, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch?
I think
she went and killed the girl cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know.
Okay, well,
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston. Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
In a short press release, Diddy expressed his shock and disappointment while confirming his commitment to fully cooperate with the investigation. He insisted that he was unaware of any illegal activity and was ready to clear his name. 1. Resident Robert Leopold gives Inspector Adams a presentation of the device at the...
Cat Williams Black Tree. Take one up one.
All right. There was a recent controversy online. I know you don't spend all your time online about Kevin Hart wearing a dress in the SNL skit. And Dave Chappelle spoke about that as a comedian. Black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses. Have you ran into that? And what do you think about that whole Illuminati theory that people put out there about that?
Well, thanks for that softball question. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times.
Right.
I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
All right. How do you handle that? Because they put your name in the press with a lot of rumors and a lot of situations that they try to put on Cat Williams. Do you feel ever the need to I got to go defend this and put out a story about who I am? Or do you just let that kind of roll off your back when
Well, as you can see, I've let it all go for quite some time. And a lot of that is just based upon the fact that
Things took a turn when a video of Diddy reacting to the news went viral. In the video, he appears angry and upset, claiming that the media is blowing the situation out of proportion. Fans and journalists have had mixed reactions, showing both sympathy and skepticism toward Diddy's emotional outbursts.
I know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. So I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles. So now I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but I'm concrete in all things because of He who strengthens me. So that doesn't mean I always make the right decisions, but I am going to stand by what I stand for. And I'm only continuing to do it because I was looking for somebody who was doing it instead of me. And I just must have missed them. You know what I mean? So at some point you have to figure out what example are you trying to be. If it's just going to be you going to make it and live happily ever after and go off into the sunset, then that's what that is. Otherwise, you're on the front line of this battle. And those of us who understand that this is a part of what comes with it.
While some people feel sorry for him, others question how he could have been unaware of what was happening on his own property.
Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, you told me before that you was at a party before that they attended and you said the party was weird. Tell me about that.
Okay, this is boxer. His name's Twaron. He's from our neighborhood. He was married to Tanisha Arnold. So the broad played Pam on Martin Lawrence. We went to the party with her. I mean, it was matter of fact, it was a set it off party. Jada Pinkett, Vivica Fox, all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? It was just seemed like Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? The vibes ain't there. I guess that's what Tupac was talking about, the Illuminati and shit. It's like Vivica Fox was with this big gay man. He was 6'9". They called him, his name 6'9". He had the red hair with a big old booty and shit. No, he was gay and I'm over. What the fuck is going on here? It's just a lot of weird shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what Tupac, I guess he wanted to get up out of the Illuminati or something. But I seen it there. Matter of fact, MC Lyte pulled off with Tanisha Arnold. You know what I'm saying? In her brand new 560, black one. Yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, that's some weird ass shit going on, you know? Yeah.
And what was Tupac doing at the party, yo?
Him and Puff was there together. They was there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know how they fucking fell out or nothing like that. They was road dogs, you know what I'm saying? They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck, him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture?
Nah, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I came across it.
Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit. That whole fucking, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, bunch of, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no gay basher or nothing. I mean, none of that shit, but that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That whole party was weirdoed out. Yeah, and it was Jada Pickett. But
You saying the whole party was weird. What did you see at the party that made it weird? I mean, I'm confused.
I guess it was the Illuminati. It's just weird. I know I wouldn't want to be part of no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the old school, dude, and that shit wasn't really tolerated with my generation. You know what I'm saying?
The public's reaction to the news has been huge, with social media platforms filling up with strong emotions. Fans expressed their shock, many supporting Diddy and calling for a fair investigation. The hashtag #DidPrisons even trended on Twitter and Instagram. The term #DidPrisons even trended on Twitter and Instagram.
Hate crime, yes, but it's more tolerated these days and nothing like that. It's more, you know what I'm saying, more open now, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was kind of fishy, you know what I'm saying? Still kind of fishy, you know, but it's more, you know, out there now.
The incident y'all had with Warren G and Kid Frost. Tell me about that, my man.
Okay, Kid Frost had gave a party at the House of Blues. One of our big homeboys wanted to go with us. You know what I'm saying? So he went with us and he said, "Ooh, you young niggas having fun." So one of Kid Frost's homies still on my big homie. But he didn't know that he was around, it was maybe about 20 of us. So the dude that socked my big homie, we beat the dog shit out of him. So my big homie, he came to. He like, "That's the motherfucker?" We like, "Yeah." And there was 2 security guards had him. Had the dude that we beat up from Kid Frost's entourage. So my big homie knocked that motherfucker out while the yellow jacket, you know, the yellow jackets with the event security, they had the dude. So my homie still knocking him out. Boom! So the dude with the yellow jacket was talking shit. "Man, what the fuck is wrong with him?" My homeboy knock out him too. Bam! Like, woo! So the other one like, "Man, he got back." Little Jamaican dude come up talking shit. "Man, are you going crazy?" My homeboy sock him too. So we went down to get our car for valet. And it was the dude, "It's LBC." And he like, "What the fuck is that?" And he said, "It's Long Beach City Crip." So my homeboy knew this dude was an imposter. If you from Long Beach, you're going to say Rolling 20s or Insane. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, real block boy. You know what I'm saying? 19.
Critics took this opportunity to look into Diddy's past and question his character. Some pointed to past scandals he was involved in, suggesting that this latest incident might not be as surprising as it seems. This mixed reaction highlights the complicated nature of celebrity culture, where public opinion can quickly change based on one news story.
His name is today. His LA area home has now been raided by the feds. In fact, multiple of his homes were raided by the feds. TMZ grabbed footage of the homes being raided. According to Homeland Security Investigations, earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and local law enforcement partners. Apparently, the case is being handled out of the Southern District of New York, and it is tied to sex trafficking allegations, which have been levied against Diddy in recent months from a variety of plaintiffs. Now, again, none of this is particularly shocking. There are people who have been talking about this for years. Cat Williams, the comedian, was recently back in January talking about how Diddy was going to go down very, very soon based on all of the allegations of sex trafficking and sexual impropriety going on regarding Diddy. And, some of this obviously is just celebrity culture. Unfortunately, there are a lot of mainstream Hollywood celebrities who are engaged in sexual evils. That sort of stuff has been common in Hollywood going on a century at this point. So, again, not a giant shock. The sex trafficking allegations, the extent of the sex trafficking, that's kind of shocking. Obviously, this also has to do with rap culture. As a former #1 rapper myself, I can safely say rap culture itself, again, having nothing to do with color, but a culture that glorifies the treatment of other human beings as pieces of flesh to allow you to copulate or to perform your sexual pleasures upon. That is the vision, unfortunately, that rap culture pervades. That has some real world consequences for the most famous people who engage in it. So fame, money, celebrity, a permissive sexual lifestyle that encourages this sort of treatment of people. It's not a shock when that ends in criminal allegations with regard to sex. Here's Cat Williams talking about this in January.
Many people are wondering what Diddy's future holds as the investigation continues. They're curious if these accusations will have a lasting impact on his career and whether he'll be able to recover from this setback. The music industry is known for its quick changes, and artists can lose their reputation almost overnight.
Be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Okay, obviously he was correct about that. And again, allegations have been swirling around Diddy for legitimately years. Usher talks about the fact that he lived with Diddy for a year when he was 13, and he saw some stuff.
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
What a life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Okay, so again, Usher saying that way back when on Howard Stern's show. According to Forbes, there are a bunch of allegations against P. Diddy. Apparently, he has not been formally charged or accused by federal prosecutors of a crime at this point, although obviously that is coming. The rapper has faced a string of lawsuits starting when he was sued on November 16th of last year by Cassandra Ventura, a singer and dancer who alleged that Combs raped her in 2018 and subjected her to a years-long abusive relationship that included punching, kicking, and stomping on her and asserting complete control over her personal and professional life. That case was then settled later that month for an undisclosed amount. And then later that same month, another woman named Joy Dickerson-Neal alleged in a lawsuit that P. Diddy drugged her, sexually assaulted her, and secretly recorded the assault when she was a college student in 1991. And then separately that same month, an anonymous plaintiff accused him and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of raping her and a friend in 1990 or 1991 after meeting at an MCA Records event in New York. And then he was hit with another sexual assault suit in December, accusing him of drugging and participating in a gang rape of an unnamed accuser in 2003 when the accuser was 17 years old. And then the most recent lawsuit, and the most kind of shocking lawsuit, was filed against Combs last month when producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued the rapper in New York, alleging that he was subjected to unwanted
Diddy's business empire, which includes many partnerships and ventures, could also be affected. Brands usually shy away from controversy, and if the investigation reveals serious wrongdoing, Diddy might face financial consequences. Additionally, the legal impact of the raid is still unclear. Depending on the results of the FBI investigation, he could be charged or face other legal problems that could change his life and career.
$20 barely gets you anything these days. You can't even fill your gas tank or get a burger and fries for less than $20. But do you know what $20 will get you? From the cell phone company I use, Pure Talk, you can get unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $20 a month. Pure Talk gives you the same quality of service as your current cell phone provider, but for about half the cost. The average family saves almost $1,000 a year, all with no contracts and no activation fees. You can switch to Pure Talk and keep the phone and phone number you currently use, or you can take advantage of their great deals on the latest iPhones and Androids. Making the switch is incredibly easy. Their U.S. customer service team can help you join Pure Talk in as little as 10 minutes. Choose to spend your hard-earned money with a wireless company that shares your values, supports our military and veterans, creates American jobs, and refuses to advertise on, the fake news networks. Stop spending a ridiculous amount of money on your phone plan. Go to puretalk.com/Shapiro. Right now, my listeners can get an additional 50% off their very first month of coverage. That's puretalk.com/Shapiro. Again, puretalk.com/Shapiro. Go check them out right now. puretalk.com/Shapiro. So Combs obviously is denying all of this, but presumably, given the fact that everyone is alleging that there were tapes taken of this stuff, I would assume that is one of the reasons why you are now having federal raids on all of P. Diddy's homes. His former assistant here claims he lived with Combs from September 2022 through November 2023, according to Variety, and was repeatedly a victim of sexual harassment from Combs directly and subjected to unwanted advances by associates of Diddy at his direction. In the suit, Jones said that he resided with Combs at several of his residences in New York, LA, Florida, and a rented yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. During his time with Combs, Jones said he recorded hours of audio and video footage of him and his staff engaging in seriously illegal activity. He says that he was subject to, quote, constant unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his nether regions and was forced to work in Combs' bathroom as the mogul showered nude. He said that he raised the issues with another one of the assistants to P. Diddy, who responded, Sean will be Sean, and that was his way of showing that he likes you, which is, okay. Among the claims in the suit, Jones says that he believes Combs drugged him February 2nd, 2023, and woke up naked in a bed with Combs and two sex workers. He alleges that Diddy was grooming him for sex and encouraged him to recruit prostitutes by asking him to wear a bad boy baseball cap at a Miami establishment to signal to any sex worker he approached that Combs was trying to solicit them. Wow, that is a pretty amazing allegation. I mean, if you're so well known for participating in the sex traffic that you can literally wear just a brand around, and it's like a mag.
The discovery of strange items in Diddy's underground tunnels raises bigger questions about the culture around fame. How well do we really know the lives of the celebrities we admire? This situation reminds us that there may be hidden, darker truths behind the sparkle and glamour.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I Get Around talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He went and got the same Versace shirts Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something else, something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with them. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once cool with you was dealing with? That's that image. Because you got to realize, bruh, Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreem said that they was going to sign the Bad Boy. So if he was going to sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey and them. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Is Corey Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those was the real bad boys of Bad Boy. You understand? Those are the ones who got the 16 to life sentence that Pac was going to go and be with them first. But then Mopreem said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey and them went to jail, he changed his direction. But nobody know why Pac and Puff fell out like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody know why. But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was, because he started wanting to act. He started wanting to rap. He had an obsession so bad that at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used. That shit is crazy.
As we conclude today's discussion, it's important to remember that this story is still unfolding. While it's easy to form opinions based on headlines and social media, the truth will likely be revealed in time. This situation also brings attention to ongoing issues of crime and illegal activities in the entertainment industry. As fans, we often admire celebrities without considering the complexities of their lives. Diddy deserves a full investigation, and we should hold off on making any judgments until all the facts are out.
Talking about Puff and telling y'all the truth. Telling y'all the truth. Who's obsessed with who? Pac had Sarah before Puff. Allegedly, he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or liked Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac shirt on. Who's obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball player. Puff bet all the niggas didn't believe that he could get it within 2 weeks. $100. So she actually was a $100 bet that he got.
And who was the NBA player?
I think it was Gary Payton, allegedly. That's what he said. Somebody said, she messed with Gary Payton? I bet you I get it. I bet you I have it within 2 weeks. Me and him and Sarah went to this party in Chicago that he was hosting with the Streets Entertainment. And we went to the store called Cranberry and I forgot Cranberry, and it's one of those stores like you get fragrance and you get candles, colognes and stuff like that. It's called Cranberry and something. And from that point on, yeah. But you gotta realize, Misa and Kim was friends. Misa and Kim was friends. He started dealing with Kim over Misa. Kim and Sarah was friends. I mean, hand to hand, pots and pans. They was close. They all used to, Sarah, Kim, and this other girl, I think she was from Atlanta. What's her name? He learned. That's a learned behavior, bruh. Now, I'm not saying that he may have been doing a couple of things here and there with women, stuff like that in New York, but the things that they're talking about that he was doing, bringing in prostitutes to have sex with his girl and all that stuff like that, that was some crazy stuff to me, man. So I'm just looking at this whole thing, man, and you had asked me, and we don't have these conversations like most people do. We're going to go back and you're going to tell me what, we're going to talk about this. You said, I'm going to ask you how you feel, bro. I don't want no man to ever go to jail and be leaving their kids behind, be leaving their family behind. You understand? But some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bro. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing. and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him.
We'll continue to follow this story closely. In the meantime, we thank you for joining us today to talk about this shocking news. Will Diddy overcome these accusations and return to his place in the industry, or will this mark a turning point in his career? Only time will tell. What do you think? Do you believe there's more to this story? Or is Diddy innocent? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the latest entertainment news.